Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends, it is an honor and a pleasure to welcome you today to the opening of our conference 50 Years World Heritage Convention, Shared Responsibility, Conflict and Reconciliation. The conference is the second step in our project to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the World Heritage Convention, which will take place on the 16th of November 2022. The results produced today and tomorrow will be the basis for a book publication. The contribution to this conference and thus the expected success is provided by an excellent international team of keynote speakers, supported by a group of further experts who have coordinated the various working groups preparing the conference through 6 think tanks, and of course by the team of the IHS, mainly by Anka Pronan as manager of the project, Claudia Grünberg and Stefan Simon. The coordinators are Roland Bernecker and Nicole Franceschini for the area Global Governance, Matthias Ripp for Urban Transformation, Alexander Siegmund for Technological Change, Friedrich Schipper for War and Terrorism, Thomas Raab for Climate Change, and Thomas Schmidt for Commodification of Heritage. We are financially supported by the German Federal Foreign Office, as well as ideally by the World Heritage Center and other important international associations active in the context of World Heritage. I thank you all very much, and I'm pleased that we can count on you here. What was and is our interest of knowledge guiding this project? The answer is simple and is formulated again and again in the project descriptions. Here it says, heritage creates identity, and the destruction of heritage is a destruction of the identity of people and societies. Therefore, individuals and societies are responsible for the sustainable safeguarding of their heritage and, of course, of our heritage. The World Heritage Convention is UNESCO's most successful convention for the protection of heritage and thus of identities. And when I speak of success, I do not mean the quantity of inscribed sites. In other words, I do not refer to 1,121 sites. I rather mean raising people's consciousness about the importance of heritage for envisioning the future that goes hand in hand with this quantity. It is precisely this, namely to anchor in people's minds the importance of protecting heritage for envisioning the future through and with the World Heritage Convention. This is one of the aims of this conference and of the resulting publication. When you look back at 50 years of implementation of the World Heritage Convention, a lot has been achieved, as I said. But a look into the future shows that there is still much to do. The look we are taking today is one that reflects on the aspirations and reality in the implementation of the Convention based on history, the present, and of course the future, pointing to the decisive criteria of responsibility, reconciliation, and sustainability. Responsibility means to reactivate the identity-building function of World Heritage, for example, through communication and education processes and corresponding programs. Reconciliation demands the development of peaceful and inclusive societies and their heritage, including community involvement in all processes of heritage protection and use. Sustainability is a demand which includes the perception of future in all areas relevant for heritage and identity in general. The second direction we will address tomorrow will be to identify and discuss some of the potential dangers that have arisen in 50 years of implementation of the Convention and to provide them with possible solutions. The World Heritage Convention arose against the background of the destruction of the temples of Abu Simbel for reasons of technological, economic, etc. development interests. Such threats are still relevant to human heritage today, either to world heritage, national or regional heritage. In 6 thematically oriented and parallel sessions, we will take up such dangers as examples and propose possible solutions. The reason is that the protection of world heritage requires knowledge of the potential for conflict and its avoidance, as well as of appropriate implementation strategies. These hardly exist so far, as the conflicts became aggravated or have been changed in the course of time. The mediation of conflict avoiding strategies have not really been transmitted. Knowledge about heritage protection and how it should be implemented must therefore be developed in a participatory and sustainable manner. This is another aim of our project, here implemented in the conference. We do not assume that with this conference we will be able to revise the mistakes in mediating the values of the Convention committed in the past or to solve the problems with the implementation of the Convention. However, we are certain that the conflicts and corresponding solutions presented by international experts are forward-looking and will help to bring the successes of the World Heritage Convention back more closely into the line with the requirement with which it was created, namely to communicate and use heritage in the spirit of human development. Another announcement I would like to make in this welcome is that World Heritage is demanding community involvement. We tried to implement this demand via 2 roundtable discussions. In the first one, organized today, we have invited young professionals because we are talking about the future and they are the future. The second roundtable is organized tomorrow as reflection of the 6 conflict areas together with their corresponding coordinators. Finally, I would like to introduce Roland Bernecker, who will take over the moderation of today, and Anka Prodan, who will summarize the results at the end of the day. I wish you an interesting conference and thank you very much for your interest.